Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto Channel. We are live. It is Monday morning. What's up, y'all? How are you doing? How is everyone? What a freaking weekend, right? Gosh, the dumpola on the weekend. You know, that's so weird that happened. You know, sorry, guys. Most of the time, nothing happens on Saturday, and that's 2 Saturdays in a row. We've had huge dumps, huge, 2 in a row. We will likely go the next 50 weeks in a row with no action on Saturday. But that's when it happens. Just when they lull you to sleep. That's when they hit you with the big one. All right, guys. Let's see what we got going on this morning. Who we got in here this morning? Max. What's up, dude? What is going on? Morning. Thanos. Dude, I was just thinking about you this morning. Glad to see you in here today. West Coast Caribbeans. What's going on, dude? What's going on? Salt Chain. Good morning. Good to see you guys. How's everybody? Anything going on? We do have a poll in chat. Go ahead and hit up that poll. Let us know what you think is up with Bitcoin. Can it recover? That is the question. We got some news coming up this morning, guys. Flashbang. Get ready for the bright lights. We've got a little ISM manufacturing and S&P Global PMI. Not huge reports today. You may have a little reaction, but I don't expect them to really move the market. However, tomorrow we have the JOLTS jobs. That is a biggie tomorrow, okay? That is a biggie. We have a pretty busy news week. Wednesday we have non-farm unemployment. Thursday jobs. And non-farm payrolls Friday. So the 2 biggies this week. JOLTS is pretty big tomorrow, but the 2 biggies is the initial jobless claims on Thursday, and the bigger one is Friday. Friday's huge. We have non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate. Those are big. So we expect pretty decent volatility this week, but especially on Friday pending those reports, okay? So we'll get these reports right here on stream coming up. These aren't, again, they're not too huge, but we'll see. I'm not expecting a lot out of them, but Friday is a biggie day. So is Thursday. Thursday, that jobless claim is big too. So we'll take a look at that. Let's see. Salt Chain worked out really good for me. I hit a short around 87K and got the double stiletto. I like that. I'm out now, but it was money. Nice. John the Mod. Good morning, guys. Morning. All right. Max says... Max entered a short last night on MEXC. It's almost identical to KCEX. Crazy low fees, too. I love it. Yes, guys, I know a lot of you are on KCEX, and that's great. KCEXtrading.com. Go directly there or affiliate link down below. I also pinned KCEXtrading.com in the chat. I'm going to turn on the MEXC banner today, though. There it is, MEXCtrading.us. Just because it ends in U.S. doesn't mean you have to be in the U.S. That's just is what it is. Or you can follow the affiliate link in the description. Guys, MEXC is almost identical to KCEX. It's freaking awesome. If you don't have both, then you're missing out. I'm telling you. You're going to learn the hard way if you don't have both. Trust me. There's at least one person here that can vouch for that in the last week, and you know who I'm talking about. I seen you in chat already. So get you both. At least try out MEXC, MEXCtrading.us. Just see how you like. If you don't like it, go back to KCEX. Just transfer your money back off. But I keep money on both. If Big IF, we get a trade this morning, I am on MEXC this morning, okay? I just flippy floppy sometimes, but I am on MEXC. We are looking for trades today. I took yesterday off from trading. We had a couple trades on on Saturday. I showed you those, made about $900 or so. I did take a couple of altcoin trades. You guys are familiar with my little altcoin plan for this bear market. And if you're not familiar with it, guys, we're going to make so much more money spot trading. Now, if you want to leverage trade them, that's cool. That's your prerogative. You do you. I am not. During the bear market, on the way down, at the bottom, on the way up, I will continue to leverage trade Bitcoin. But I will also incorporate spot trading altcoins. I just don't leverage trade altcoins. That's just how I roll. And I can make way more than enough that I don't need to. I know some of you probably weren't on the stream yesterday, so let me show you. I did post this in the VIP Discord a few days ago. If it wants to load. Here's just an example of Algorand. I spot traded Algorand last cycle. This is the daily time frame. This does not include like if I went down to the 4-hour and 90-minute and got all those 3, 4, 10% moves, but just on the way down. The white line here signifies where I think we are relative to this current cycle. And this was the last head into the bear market. Just look at these moves down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 10 of these moves. All of them 20+%. Those are huge moves, guys. Huge moves. 20, 40, 46, 60, 33, 86 goes on and on. And that's not even the bottom of the bear market. That's just the leg down to it, okay? And again, you can zoom into these. Look at this 40%er. If you caught, and I have a strategy to catch these, and I did, and I've shown you my P&L on these. Like if you caught this one here, that's about a 20% move, and then you could have got out, come back down. There's another 20% move, and another 20% move. So you could have called all these instead of just one big 40% move. It's just however you want to play it. Okay, I would have caught these multiple. I wouldn't have just taken one 40% move in this. I would have caught multiple. Same thing here. This little leg right here, that's probably a 20% move right there. Could have caught that. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And I haven't used my altcoin spot strategy in about 1.5 years or so. And I tried it last night. I think I showed you guys in Discord. I tried it last night. I just hit it real quick. 55,688 is what I went in with. And about 20 minutes later, I closed out for a $600 profit. So I did another one after that. This was on WorldCoin. I did another one after that on Algorand. I made about $300. So in like 1.5 hours, I made $900. Just quick in and out spot trading, and these aren't even the real trades that I'm looking for. This was on a super low time frame. I did these on a 15-minute, which is not really what I want, but I just wanted to test my strategy to make sure we were still cool. And I'm also going to be spot trading Dogecoin. I didn't do a trade on Dogecoin last night. I did 2 and then went to bed. So all good, guys. All good on the altcoin strategy. So we're going to be doing that in the VIP Discord with you guys all bear market, guys. You have to be in the VIP channel, and I'm going to do it under the alts chat. And I'll put some of my stuff under Anthony's alt TA. So I encourage you to join us in there. Chat it up. Let us know if you see something on a particular altcoin you're following. Those are the only 3 that I'm going to be charting. If you need help charting, look, I've set up mine, and I posted this. Is this the one I posted? I posted my ranges. I'll just show you. I posted my ranges and stuff on, that's Dogecoin, Algorand, and WorldCoin. And this is not necessarily what I'm going to trade off of. This is just the big framework of it. So I've set these up for you. All you have to do is add them to your chart. I will not be doing trading on any other altcoin unless you see a setup and you're following, say, Cardano, and you see a good setup, or you know there's a news release coming out, or they're partnering with someone. Let us know in chat. We might want to get in on a trade too with you. But if you need help setting up your coin, setting up your chart for your coin, let me know. I'll be happy to do that for you and then send it to you. But I will not continue to monitor that coin to trade, okay? But I will help you set it up initially. Just let me know in Discord. Post it up in the altcoin chat room there in VIP, and I'll help you set that up. And then you can go from there with it. But we want to make sure you have the good, correct framework. So I'll be glad to help you out, guys. Or just follow our 3 coins, okay? WorldCoin, Dogecoin, Algorand, okay? I like those 3 because they all 3 move differently. So if one of them gets my signal, the other 2 may not, and vice versa. So, you know, you can always kind of be in a trade. Just gives you different options, right? All right, let's see what else we got going on. What's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin getting a little move today, guys. I'm actually in a little bit of a trade maybe right now. Spot trade, little WorldCoin spot trade. There I am. Look at see the big spike. Look at this. Look at these orders. 27, 1200, 155. There I am. It's filling right now. Look at this, guys. My order is filling right now. I got a little spot trade right before we went on stream, and I'm fixing to pick up $600, guys. Just like that. Spot trade altcoins. Spot trading altcoins. And I wasn't looking for the home run here, guys. If you're looking for the home run here, you're in trouble. Okay? There it is. It's done. They're sold. Picked up $600. Just like that. You just saw it fill right before your eyes. Spot trading altcoins. So in the last 12 hours, I've done 3 spot trades, and I'm up $1,500. Okay? Join us. I'm telling you guys. All of these were little 1% moves, too. One of them was less than 1%, just 1%. These aren't even the 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% moves that we're going to get. At least a dozen of them on the way down, most likely, guys. These are just little 1%ers, okay? I haven't got the signals for the big ones. Join us. You're going to make a fortune. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. This is all I used to do. U.S. market is open. U.S. market is open. And if you don't believe me, if you didn't catch that's right. Sold right there just now. 139, almost 140,000 for a little over $56,000. Super simple, guys. $600. No problem. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing here, guys, and then we'll come back. We got a lot of good stuff. And go ahead and hit up the poll. Let us know. We got some targets up here, guys. It's really hard to predict what's going to happen with Bitcoin price because this big move happened on the weekend. It's very difficult to know what the U.S. is going to do, okay? If this were regular sessions that dump old the Asia and UK session, I could probably tell you with a very high degree of certainty what the U.S. is going to do, but it's very hard to predict. We do have a CME gap. I don't think I marked out the CME gap. Let's go find the CME gap. It is significantly up there, though. So it'd be Friday at 1545. We always want to go to spot and see where it was on spot at the time, not where it actually is on CME. So we go Friday, 1540, closure at 1545 Friday. Right there. $84,302. I'm going to go out on a limb, guys, and say that this CME gap gets left behind. I don't think we get up there. But it's marked. It is marked. And it is up there by one of our dang red boxes, right by the golden pocket. If we do get there, guys, yeah, I took the bullseyes off, but if I were to have a bullseye on here, that would be my max freaking bullseye, guys, right there. That's it. That's it. And in fact, we can get up there. I don't think we get there today, but we can get up there. This is pretty much the open of the month. They give you 8%. We were looking for a maximum of 9% from the open. Where was the open? That's not the open. The open was here. Yeah, so they give you about 8-9% right in there, which is what we had talked about on the Saturday stream as being the max possibility was 8 to 9%. Although historically we've never seen anywhere close to that on the Babylon signal cross. Not even close, but that would be the max. So these are my two areas. Really anything above like this line right here, I am not expecting to get hit at all. Nope, not me, guys. We do have our levels, so if we get there, we will be ready. Soul Chain asks, will I be doing those spot trades on live or just VIP? Just VIP. Just the VIP Discord. I mean, if I happen to be in a spot trade and we go live, I'll show it, of course. But, you know, the signals that the particular signals or criteria, parameters that I'm looking for to enter these spot trades, you don't get them very often. So what are the odds that I get one of those while I'm on live stream is slim. But if I do get one, I will certainly enter it. However, this is all going to be in VIP Discord. So, I mean, I would say we might get like 2 to 3% of them on a live stream. But, yeah, it's going to be mostly VIP. If you're going to want to make any significant money off these spot trades, you need to be in the VIP Discord. And we're going to make a lot, guys. That might be the February pump I talked about. Yeah, it could be. We got things beeping over here, guys. Ooh, alts fixing to move up. Alts are fixing to move up. Dogecoin fixing to move up, guys. I shouldn't have just sold that WorldCoin. I have Alexander indicator on here. Yes, but I didn't use it for any of these trades. And in fact, we haven't gotten an Alexander signal since January 19th on Bitcoin, and WorldCoin was I don't even see it. Right here. January 16th. So no Alexander signal entries yet. You will certainly know it when those get hit, though. Those will be fireworks. I mean, just look at the last one. Just look at the last Alexander signal on WorldCoin. So far, 35% move down. Just before that, on January 3rd, you got the Alexander buy signal. Not quite as big, but still pretty good. 15% move up. So pay attention when you get the Alexander signals. Pay attention. If you ignored the Alexander signal on Bitcoin, which fired off at 91.6, that's a 20% move down, guys. The buy signal before that on Bitcoin, Alexander buy signal, 9% move to the upside. Pay attention when you get these. Dogecoin moving up just like I said. Look at that, guys. I just called this a minute ago, and there it is. Look at that. I literally just called this, and you're up. Since I said that, you're up 1.3%. If I wasn't on live stream, I would have taken this spot trade. But I knew it was fixing to happen quick. I got my signal set up, guys. I got my altcoin signal set up, so I know when we're fixing it. Most likely fixing to get these little pumps, guys. I have all. I went through all my alerts. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I went through all. Look at this. I did all of this yesterday. I was busy. Well, a lot of this was in our. So anything from here that I'm about to show you up, I set yesterday. Look at that, guys. I set a lot of alerts yesterday. All of my altcoin spot trading criteria set. Everything that I used to, I took like 130 or so thousand Algorand last time and grew it to over 1 million using these strategies. I did the same with ICP. I did the same with WorldCoin. And I'm going to do it all over again, Lord willing. I got all of my strategies set up and alerts set. And they're not like one time set. They're every time set too. Every time one of these fires off, boom, money, money, money. Not saying I'm going to win 100%. I will probably take a few losses along the way, but my losses will pale in comparison to my wins. And I'll keep my losses small, okay? Caribbean says, I don't get this new strategy. I have to go back and check out the weekend videos. Yeah, I haven't given the strategy yet. I haven't told anyone the strategy yet. I just kind of announced that we're going to be doing it. And I kind of, and yesterday I went and got all my strategies set up. I did 3 tests, well, 2 yesterday and 1 this morning, tests on the strategy. And I think if you were just here, I'm up $1,200. No, $600, $600, and $300. What is that? $1,500 in the last 12 hours on this strategy. Spot trading, but I know I'm trading with a little bit bigger balance, about a $50,000 balance, and that's okay. That's okay. You know, just trade with what you will. Listen, for those of you that missed yesterday, let me tell you something. If you're spot trading altcoins, okay, let me help you out psychologically. This helped me so much in the last cycle once this dawned on me, okay? Let's suppose, so let's look at WorldCoin, right? It doesn't matter what you look at. Let's just look at WorldCoin because I have it pulled up here, okay? And I like it. All right, this is the WorldCoin chart, the full history of WorldCoin. It's only been out a few years. I acknowledge it's not a lot of history, but WorldCoin went to $12 in this last cycle, right? $12 right here, right? It is currently at 40 cents, okay? So I don't know where it's going next cycle. Nobody does, okay? It could go to $0. It could go to $100. I don't know, okay? Let's assume that it kind of underperforms, and maybe I do think alts are going to be treated like Bitcoin with liquidity hunts, and therefore we're going to look for swings at the swing highs, right? So like here, and obviously the all-time high, those are the 3 swings. Let's just assume we kind of get this one, which we spent a lot of time here. That's the value area range, and maybe come up and get this one. Let's just assume we get this one, the second one, okay? But we don't go to anywhere near all-time high. That's about $5, okay? That's about $5, which is less than half of the all-time high, okay? So maybe we don't go there, but just humor me, okay? All right. So let's say we do a little spot trade here, and I know it's only worth 40 cents, but let's say each trade, and some trades you'll do more, some less, but let's say you average 1,000 coins per trade, okay? You get 1,000 WLD per trade, and at 40 cents, that's only $400, okay? And I'm just making up numbers. I mean, that's correct for how much it would be. Well, let's say you get half of that. Let's say you make 500 WorldCoin, okay, because maybe you're not trading with a big balance, and that's only like $250 a piece per trade, okay? All right, so there's 2 things you can do here. Number one, you can just take the $250 and transfer it to the bank, and you're just taking profit off the table, right? Cool, very good. If that's your strategy, that's your strategy. But if you're making enough, like you have a full-time job and you can pay your bills, you don't need this, or you're making enough, like me, leverage trading Bitcoin, I don't need to take profit off my altcoin spot trades, okay? So what I do, instead of looking at this as $250, that's 500 WorldCoin, okay? $250, okay? I looked at myself and I say, well, in the next bull run, WorldCoin's going to $5. Maybe it goes to 100, maybe it goes to 0, I don't know. But I'm just going to say it does less than half of what it did last cycle. WorldCoin's going to $500. So, or $5, excuse me. So $5 times 500 WorldCoin, that's $2,500. So I start looking at every one of these little bitty $200 trades as a $2,500 trade. Yeah, it may take you a year and a half, 2 years to pay out. But if you get 30 or 40 of these at $2,000 a piece, guys, you do the math. Let's say you got some of these baby trades. Let's just say you got 25, and we're going to get way more than 25. 25 trades you pick up 500 WorldCoin on each one of those, and WorldCoin goes to $5. That's $62,000. Just doing a few small, and I'm talking small. These are not even the 20, 30, 40 percenters that we're going to get. You made 60 grand, okay? So don't think of it in terms of what you're making now. If your goal is accumulation for alts, don't think of what you're making now as $200. Think of it as what it's going to be in 2 years, or what it could be in 2 years, okay? And that helped me so much when I started thinking about that. No longer was I afraid to take profit or sell my coins when I was doing the spot trading. Because at first I was like, it's only $200. What am I going to do with $200? I don't want to sell. And then when it dawned on me, wait, that's not $200. That's $2,500 because we're going to $5-6. So I started quick selling them, right? Securing the profits, securing the coins. Here's the saying that I tell all my friends. I trade with a few folks locally. In the bear market, okay, coins, not dollars. Your job is to accumulate coins, not dollars. Don't worry about your portfolio balance. If you're holding any amount of coins, it's going down. Your dollars are going down. That's okay. Your coins should be going up, even if your dollars are going down. And then when it's time for the next cycle, your dollars will go up exponentially because of the coins you got. So it's coins, not dollars. When you get to the bull run, it's dollars, not coins. But right now, from this day forward, it's coins, not dollars. So you haven't missed out on anything, Caribbeans. I didn't unveil the strategy. We just talked about it. But join us in the VIP alts chat. Let me know if there's a coin you want me to chart for you. Otherwise, my 3 charts are in chat right now, so you can go add them to your charts. All right, guys, hope that makes sense on the altcoins. It is 8:45. Let's see what Bittercorn wants to do. Let's refresh. We just ticked 8:45. Let's go to the 5-minute. Let me zoom out a little bit. We haven't really done anything, guys. I'm not interested in a trade here. We did just take out the Asia high, took out the UK high. I would really like this swing high right here, though, about 79.4 or so. I would like that. I would like to look for an SFP there. That could be all we get. It could be down only from there if we don't come up to this little higher area we had. I don't even see it now. There we go. It's up there. But I'm looking for a trade right here, guys, in this box. I don't want this trade right now. We have news coming up in a few minutes. See what the report gives us. See if we can push into this box. I've got an alert set. I'm going to set another alert just above it. I got an alert set before. Always do that, guys. Never set an alert on the level you're looking to trade, okay? Because by the time, what if you're not at your computer or you're away and you get the alerts going off on your phone, you got to run in here and it's one of those quick SFPs and it's already running and you missed it. So always set it before the level you're looking to hit. I mean, it didn't have to be $10,000 before. I got this one like $150 before, and then I got one right on it also. So I can be prepared to get to the chart and look and see if we have our divergences, and then I have another notice when we actually take the level. Oh, guys, gosh, I almost forgot the most important thing. Do you know what we have going on right now? For those of you bulls, I'll give you a minute to guess. Anybody tell me why we're probably fixing a pump to new all-time highs today? Big pump coming. It has been foretold. Can anybody tell me what on this chart, not on this chart, on the next chart I'm going to show you, tells us we're going to new highs over the next 2 weeks? I bet if I said I'd give you $100, somebody would tell me. There it is, Max. We got the moons, guys. It is bull moon time. And you can see what the, we got the bear moon right there at 98K. Really about 96K. We got the bear moon. Big dump, $20,000+ dump on the bear moon. Well, it is bull moon time, guys. It is bull moon. And you can see just from this little bit we have on the chart, they typically play out pretty well. 6% on that one. 6% on that one. 6% on that one. 6%. Last three, 6%. 6% here puts you right at the value area low that we just broke down from. Could it be? Could it be? Or do we get $20,000+ pump just like the bear moon gave us? I know. It's okay if you're not into the hokey moon astrology stuff. That's okay, and I'm not making fun of folks who are. My wife's into astrology. A little bit. I'm into statistics. And statistically speaking, these moons have a significant probability edge, whether it's the bull moon or the bear moon. Go back, test it. Just blind trading them, you would be significantly up in profit if you just blind traded the moons. Not that you should, but you would be significantly up. John the mod doubts to get the 20K pump. I would bet my savings we don't get a $20,000 pump in the next 2 weeks. Although we do have a lot of shorts. You'd be surprised how many people have shorted this bottom. I'll tell you this much. I will tell you this much. If they can get above 82K, right here, value low, if they can get above 82K, you're going to see a short squeeze that's going to knock your socks off. Okay, guys? You have a lot of short liquidations at 82K. I was looking at the heat map and order flow this morning. You have a lot of shorts there. If they can get there, you're going to see a big squeeze. Probably up here, I wouldn't even put it past coming up to 90, 91K to this swing high. You're going to see a big, fast, short squeeze. I don't think we get that, though. I really don't. But it could happen. It could happen. It's one of our levels up there. Get the Bybit point of control, got double swing highs. It could happen. I doubt it, though. Guys, we are under a monthly Lionheart signal for Bittercorn. Monthly Lionheart. Target for this is a minimum of about 63K. Minimum. I think we come significantly lower than that. But that's the minimum. We did hit the 2-week played out to perfection. Exit signal given. 3-week played out to perfection. Exit signal given. That was a almost 21% move from the time you got the signal to the exit. And the monthly, there is still 20% left, a minimum of 20% left in this signal, guys. A minimum. It's pretty dang good. So we're going to be looking to enter this short. I'm going to look to enter. I'm going to check for my reactions, my divergences if we get up to this swing high right here, and I'm probably going to enter a fairly heavy short right here, targeting at least 60K, if not 40K. Come on, let me hear it. Y'all think I'm crazy? There's no way Bitcoin's going to 40K. Maybe 47K. No way Bitcoin's going to 47K. I can hear it already. I can hear some of you already. Thanos, what do you think, man? Where does Bitcoin go in this bear market? Where do you think it goes? Take a look at our circles. I showed this over the weekend. I'm going to show it again. Here you go. Salt Chain talking about the circle chart. That's what I'm talking about. Based on the circle chart you showed up, that 40K mark doesn't seem out of the question. I agree. I agree. I'm a buyer between 50 and 60K. I'm a buyer. I'm a huge buyer sub 50K. Kerry Ben says 48.5. Let's take a look at the circle chart because I know not everyone was on here this weekend. Let's take a look at the circle chart. I know. Just because it happened before doesn't mean it has to happen again. Okay, I get it. But this cycle on the right, which we're currently in, does look an awful lot like last cycle. And when we left out of this last cycle up to the bull run, folks said it can never come back here. Never come back. Can't break previous all-time high, blah, blah, blah. So we left the bear market. We came and formed range here, range 1, circle 1. And you can see the same thing over here on the right, circle 1. Then we moved on, circle 2, 3, 4, blah, blah, blah. Now we're on the way back down. You can see on the chart we're at circle 7. Okay, we're at circle 7 now. Circle 8 is where everyone thought we would bottom, right? Circle 8 thought that was it, about 30K, 35K, right in there. We spent some time there. Lines up with these lows right here in circle 4, right? Circle 8 is kind of lined up with 2 and 4. Okay. we haven't got there yet. That's going to be here lined up with circle 2, right? On the right, okay? That's our like 70 or 60K to 70K range right there, okay? We haven't gotten there yet. We're headed there now. But looky, we lost that last time when everyone said we couldn't possibly go any lower. We lost it and came to circle 9, which lines up with circle 1. Okay? So if that happens again, look where circle 9 comes in, right here. Okay? Circle 9 and circle 1, right at that 786 at 39K. And look, guys, we actually wicked below the 786 last time. Don't think this can't happen again. Institutions won't allow that. Institutions. I get so tired of hearing that word. I don't think people understand institutions. I really don't, guys. Yeah, John, I think we'll be surprised how low it goes too. I agree. And I'll tell you why. The word I just said, institutions, guys. Everyone thinks we can't go lower because institutions are involved now. The institutions. Let me tell you something, guys. If you institutions are not in the game for you to make money. They're not here to prop up your Bitcoin price, okay? In fact, the only way institutions can make money on Bitcoin is for you to lose money. Because for them, the only way they can make money is to sell, okay? To sell. And the only way they can sell is if you buy, right? The number one largest seller in the last few days to, I don't want to say cause, but to expedite this dump was BlackRock, an institution, okay? When they get ready to sell, they sell. They're not in this like you and I for a 4-year cycle. They're in this for the long game, 40, 50 years, okay? They don't care about this little bitty price action like you and I do, okay? They don't care. They look at it as a buying opportunity. If they can sell a little bit to cause some liquidations, right? We're longing, for example. Let's say here's how they do it, guys. Let's say we're longing. Let's say we're longing right here. Well, you and I don't have the money to move the market. I know I don't. My little long trade isn't going to force Bitcoin to go up, right? But BlackRock and other institutions, they have the money to move the market. So if we long right here and build up just a ton of liquidity here, enough so that if this is taken, the price will rip down, BlackRock has enough that they can sell right here. They can sell. Not all of their stuff, just enough to move price here to liquidate us and cause a big spike down, and they can rebuy right here. They're not crazy. They're not stupid. They know how the game is played, and they're very good at it, okay? They don't need to sell all of their coins to move price down. They just need to sell enough to liquidate us. Does that make sense? They don't have to sell all their coins. And also, for those of you that think when the ETFs were approved, you need to go back and do some research. When the ETFs were approved, right here about 40K, I think it was. This is a monthly time frame. Let me go to weekly. I'm going to show you, for those of you that I think ETFs are approved right in here, okay? This is ETF approval. Oh, gosh, BlackRock, all those companies, ARK, Invest, they added to their balance sheet right here. They bought right here. They're never going to allow it to go by where they bought. Guys, they did not buy here. They bought here. They bought here. Go back and look, okay? It's public record. Go look. They bought here. They just had ETFs approved here. So the coins they'd already bought here, they just transferred into their ETFs once they're approved, but they already had them. They already had them. Yeah, they bought more. Sure, they bought more. They bought some all the way up. Yeah, absolutely. But their average entry is not 50K. they were buying at like $1,000. They were buying at $3,000, $10,000. They just couldn't put them in an ETF until 40K. So they just transferred. Like, go look, go research it. It is all there. Go research it. So they can gladly sell at 70K, and they're probably still on about a 50x profit there, guys. So these guys have been in this game a lot longer than you think. They just have not had ETFs. That's it. But they've been in this game. All right. I hope it drove that home. I know I harp on that kind of stuff. All right, here we go. We're getting news reports. News report. We got two bearish and one bull. Restart. Two bearish, one bullish. It's going to be more bearish than bullish. Let's see. Prices react and prices dump-ola-ing. These aren't biggies, though, guys. These are not biggies, okay? So I don't expect much. I expect a little bit of reaction here. This is not enough to reverse the market in either direction. Neither one of these reports are big enough. But they are big enough to wipe out some last-minute traders who just trade reports, okay? One more flashbang. Yeah, the bigger of the ones was bearish. This S&P Global Manufacturing, that's the bigger. It was bearish. So if anything, we may get a little bearish reaction from this. But I just don't see this going far. All the rest of the week's reports are much bigger than the ones today. Look at me. Good thing I sold that WorldCoin, right? Picked up that $1,500 because it's moving down too. Everything's moving down. I still think we can come take this high today. If we don't get it on stream, if we don't get this trade on stream, I'll let you know in Discord, but I'm looking for a big trade. Dixie, what's going on with Dixie, West Coast? Let's look at Dixie. Let's go to the 4 hour. Oh, Dixie moving up, guys. Dixie moving up. You know, I don't. In my opinion, usually there is an inverse relationship to the Dixie and Bitcoin, but this hasn't been so lately. This has not been so clearly. I mean, look here, since the middle of January, the Dixie's been headed down, and we all know Bitcoin has been dropping like a rock. So they actually haven't been working inversely. I'll tell you, I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist, but I believe everybody knows the dollar is weakening, okay? The dollar's days are numbered, in my opinion, right? I feel like the government wants to absolutely crash the dollar. I really do, because I think they want to get rid of the dollar and go to digital currency. They've been working on a CBDC, a central bank digital currency, for years now. It is not out. It is not official, but it is coming. I mean, you can see the writing on the wall. It is coming, whether it be this year or 10 years from now. It is coming. I just think they want to get rid of it. I think they intentionally want to crash the dollar and switch to a CBDC. And in fact, I think they want to switch to a universal world currency. One world currency. That's biblical. And if you don't believe in the Bible, that's okay. But it is biblical that it's coming, and it does appear that's exactly what's going to happen. So maybe the Bible just has got it right out of coincidence. I don't know. But I happen to believe in it. But whether I believe in it or not, it's clear that's exactly what's happening, that, you know, the world's moving to digital currency. And all the currencies of the world are tanking. So what are you going to do? You're going to create all these bunch of digital currencies and then figure out whose is best. And I just think they're going to go with one currency for the world. It makes sense. It makes sense with everything that's going on. So, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen this month or next, but it could happen very, very soon. Quite possibly during this off cycle, this bear market. Things start tanking, everything starts crashing, dollars are crashing, yens are crashing, pounds are crashing, everything's crashing, and I just think you could see it in the next couple years. So we'll see. All right, guys, I showed this chart yesterday. Let's go to this one. Let me turn the moons off. I want you to, if you haven't done this, go ahead and screenshot this, right? Hang on. It's thinking about it right here. So let me turn our swing levels off, and I'll show you why you want to do this. All right, so This range right here is back from March or February of 2024 through November 2024, so about a 7-month range here, okay? This is the value area range for this level right here, okay? The good thing about trading in a bear market, for those of you who haven't heard me say this, is when you're on the way up, like right here, we had this range, right? Which is kind of here with this range from the previous cycle, right? So we kind of already had a range. We kind of already had this range here, right? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Kind of already had this range here. This is from previous cycle. So when we came into this range, we already had a range to trade. But when you left this and had blue sky breakout, you didn't have a range, right? You didn't have a range. None of this was here. So you had to wait for price to come up here, find a high, come down, find some low, and then you could kind of put a range on it. It became tradable. And this took weeks, okay, weeks. Well, you don't have to worry about that now, because on the way down, and yes, the range may be slightly different, but it should be close enough to give us a tradable range. So when price does come into this range, we don't have to wait 2, 3, 4 weeks to develop a range. We're already going to have a value area high, point of control, and value area low. And we can tweak it slightly as price kind of bounces in here, but we already know we come to this range, boom, short trade, TP1, TP2, you lose the range, cool, you come back in it. Long trade, TP1, bounce, 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 bounce. TP2, you SFP the range, here you go, back to short. We're already going to have a tradable range here, right? So go ahead and mark these out on your chart so you're not waiting for a range to form. You've already got one, okay? And we'll just fine tune it as we get into here in case price varies just a little. But it shouldn't vary enough to where we can't trade it immediately. We're just waiting for price to get there. You can't trade where we are now. You can't trade this. Why? Because there's nothing to trade here. It's straight line down. So what we're hoping to see is a little retrace, short trade, and then come into here, look to TP, somewhere in here, probably value area low, and then start this type of trading, right? So if you're not in a trade, in my opinion, you wait for a retrace, short, down to this range, and then you should have, this was 7 months, so you should have several months of trading here before one of two things happens. Either you pull on up out of here and start a new cycle, or you dip down to this level, circle 9, wiping these folks out who are 100x leverage in this, thinking this is the bottom and it's time for a new bull run. Wipe those folks out, bounce in here, and then go, okay? You're going to get one of these two scenarios, in my opinion, okay? Most likely you're going to get this one. Even if you don't get any dancing around down there, even if you just wipe out these 100, because you're going to have some 100x leverage. You're going to have some people think this is the bottom. And they're going to 100x it because they want that screenshot of 10,000% gains at the next bull run. They want that screenshot. So if all you get is this, ding, ding, you're going, in my opinion, to wipe these folks out. Even if you don't hang out down here for an extended period of time. But for the crew, we'll have this. As soon as we enter this range, we're going to start trading immediately. We're looking for one more trade here, just one. And just because I don't think you're going to get much here, I think you're going to get something that looks pretty much like this. Just like that, over the period of maybe 2 weeks. Maybe. And then we're going to get some action in here. Then we're going to get some action in here. Something like this, you know. I mean, pretty much just like this. Pretty much just like this. Just like this. Same thing. See, same area. Same area. Right there. Can we not short down into that lower range? Absolutely, John Lamont. That's the plan. Some of you are already short. Max is already short. I know of 3 other people that are short. One person is that I know of. It's probably a lot more than that in the crew, but I know one person. We went live at 98K, guys. We entered a short. I showed the P&L card multiple times. I think it was like $3,700 we made. I made off of this. I closed it because I was looking for 99.5. We came down wherever the point of control was. I don't remember. Bybit point of control. We bounced. I thought, okay, here we go, 99.5. I closed my trade thinking we were coming here, and we just rolled back over, right? And then we came back up to Bybit point of control. I went live for this, entered this trade. Okay, entered that live. Made a couple $1,000, $2,300 maybe, I don't remember, but I closed that trade, and I wish I'd have stayed in it for all this, but I closed. I think we made $6,000 between these two trades. I want to say it was like $6K, and I could go dig up the P&Ls, but I think it was $6K. But there's a couple people stealing it from here, and a couple other people stealing it from here, and I know Max is in it from value area low, so I would not enter from here. I'm looking for a pullback, enter down, okay? And this is the level I'm looking for. I just showed it. Got a dang box around it. We may not get it. I think we can get it, though. I'm looking for this, SFP of this right here, this high right here. I'm looking for this. Okay, and this lines up with our percentages for the month. I showed the monthly stats. This lines up with that. But I do think on an very off chance, we come up to value area low, and on an extreme liquidation, if we get above value area low, we're going to come into this. If we get above value area low, because that's where all the shorts are trapped. Shorts are trapped here. Short liquidations right here. 82K. 82K. Shorts liquidated. If you can liquidate, if you can get above that value area low, you're going to you should cause a liquidity spike that's probably going to propel you right into this golden pocket. Take out the daily naked point of control. I don't guess I saved it, but there's a CME gap right there. And that would be a mega short for me, guys. I mean, freaking mega short if we got into there, but I don't think we get it. I think I think they protect this. I think they protect this. But I'm really more of a shorter right here. And we've shown this before. Let's see where the 12-hour 55 is, which has been a typical retracement area-ish. The 12-hour 55, once we've got the monthly 5 and 13 cross, which is, it's not technically a death cross, but it is the death cross. It is the death cross. Not a death cross, it is the death cross. We got that confirmed on Saturday. Typical retrace is to the 12-hour 55 and then down. Let's see where it is right now. All right, right now it's significantly up there right now, okay? It is way up there. You're about 87.4 right now, but it is moving down in a hurry, guys. It is moving down in a hurry. You've already moved down $3,000 over the weekend, so you get another $3,000 move down. You could be looking at this area. It's possible. It's possible. It's not likely, but it's possible, and that's just over the next few days. If it takes until next week, you're going to be looking at that sucker down here. Okay, so it just depends on how fast you get that move, if you get that move at all. You just rejected the 12-hour 5, like just right now, since we've been on stream. If you get above that, though, you could come to this 55, but I don't think it comes anywhere near 87K. It's just going to take some time. And don't forget, I think it's February 20th. I'll double check this. If anybody double check this, I think it's February 20th is the Trump tariff news, okay? Also known as Doomsday. Depending on the verdict on the Supreme Court, which they are anticipating them to uphold the tariffs now. They were predicting them to overturn it. Now that it's flippy-flopping, if they uphold the tariffs, it is lights out. Whatever you got to the upside at that point, take it, because that's all you're getting. That is going to be big dump city, guys. Either way, 79.4. If we get there, it's not looking hopeful, but I think we can get there today. If we get there today, that's what I'm looking to short. So you may have heard this before, but typical weeks are false move Monday, midweek reversal. So far we've started the move to the upside, midweek reversal. So even if it takes us to Wednesday or so to get here, that's what I'm looking for. I just don't see it getting there, guys. I just don't see it getting there. But if it does, great. But either way, I'm looking for a midweek reversal. Either way, I plan to be in my short by Wednesday, Thursday at the latest. Okay? Altcoins moving a little today. Looks like these are all up about 3, 4, 5%. I told you guys on stream yesterday. To be careful with your altcoins. If you're looking to short an altcoin for the bear market, listen, think about this logically. I hear people like talking about, I'm going to take a short on Solana. I see this stuff and I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Why are you going to short Solana? I understand you can make some money. Think about this. When you're going to short, you're betting that the price is going to come down, right? And you make profit based upon how much percentage that comes down, right? So why would you short, which I know it's going to come down. I acknowledge you can make money. But a premium blue chip altcoin that is probably, yes, it's going to come down, but it's probably going to come down less than others. It's probably going to hold up a little better. You should pick the dirtiest, nastiest, most useless coin there is and short it. Because that sucker might go to zero and you might get 100% profit, right? If Solana comes down 50%, that's great. That's big money. You can make a lot of money, but those are the ones you long at the bottom of the bear market. You long those because you expect them to hold up better, to perform better because they're better quality coins. They have better marketing. They have better team behind them. They have better projects, better utility. You want a short, you want the opposite. You want the worst. You want the one that just nobody wants. It just short. So think about that. Short the worst coin you can think of. Carrie Benz, is this the short for Babylon? Yeah, the short for Babylon. We're already in the short for Babylon. Really, the short for Babylon was, we showed this over the weekend. Let's see if I have that chart pulled up. Short for Babylon was right here when you get the monthly cross. Right here. So now we're about 93K. That's when we got the monthly 5 and 13 crossover. That's been the signal for Babylon. Now we are looking for those that didn't short, we're looking for a potential short area because you don't necessarily just want to short here because you've already had this 20% move to the downside. And it doesn't mean we have to go up. We can certainly just roll over for another 20% down, right? But that is less probability. So now we're looking for a little retrace and then down. And I've showed this chart. If you missed over the weekend, get ready for a flashbang, guys. I'm only going to show this one more time. So here are February stats. Okay, this every month I go and show you statistical averages for the month. How Bitcoin has performed, particular months, the high date, the low date, the percentage high, the wick high, wick low, all this stuff. This is February's. The problem with February is that this is probably not going to be a typical February because this is the first time we've ever gotten the Babylon cross in February or confirmed it in February. We actually got it in January, but it confirmed on February 1st. This is the first time ever, okay? So the stats post-cross are very different than your typical monthly stats, regular old monthly stats. So the one thing they have correlate, let's show the typical. There's been 2 bear crosses before, right? First one was November of 18. That's right here. And what we can see is you open up the month. This was November. I know we're in February, but this is the first month confirmed cross, okay? You opened up the month to the upside about almost 4%, topping out on the 7th. And then it was down only for 44%. That's the wick to the bottom. You closed at 37% down. Pay attention to that. 44. Here's what I want you to take from this. The high was in week 1. The low was 44%. You closed negative 37%. Okay? Let's look at the second time we got the bear cross. In June of 2022, the high was on the 5th, so high in week 1. The wick low was 44%. The close was 37%. Exact same stats. Okay? So now let's go to the February stats. These are regular February stats, no bear cross February stats. You can see the trend, and I went through all this over the weekend, so I'm not going to go into detail here, but you can see the trend. There's only been 2 negative closes, so there's an 80+% chance February closes positive, but the month with the confirmed bear cross has never closed positive. So I think this is going to be a losing February, in my opinion. And the 2 losers you have had in February, both of them started out with a high of February, the first week, and then down only, okay? Both of them. So I told folks on Saturday at the monthly close, I said if February starts out to the upside, we can most likely expect a high in the first week and then major downside, okay? And what are we doing? Here's what that would look like percentage-wise. And don't shoot the messenger. I didn't say we're going to 48K this month. These are just statistics, okay? These are historical statistics. I don't think we're going to 48K this month. But based on history, this is what happened, okay? I think we go somewhere more like 60, 65K this month. And so what has happened so far this month, we're moving to the upside in the first week of February, just as predicted. So we would look for a high this week sometime. The first cycle was on the 7th. The second cycle was on the 5th. So average of the 6th. Sometime this week we would look for a high and then downside only. So if you've missed your Babylon trade, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a move to the upside, possibly 84 at the tops. I don't know if we get that high. Short entry. That's what we're looking for. The retracement that we got on both of those 2 months with the bear cross was 3.7% and half of 1%. So an average of 2%. That's not much. That is not much. 2% from the open, if we even got the 2% from the open. Where do we open? Right here. Right where right now is where we opened. 2% is going to put you about 80K. 80K. Right in our dang red box. Okay. If you went to the high side of that, you got about 4%. That's going to put you right around value area low. Now, the average stat for February, if it wasn't a bear cross month, is 9%, which will put you right into the golden pocket. So you really got 3 good areas of interest. 3 good areas of interest. February stat puts you to the golden pocket. Bear stats put you between about 79 and 81K. 79 and 81K. That's where I'm looking, right in here. I got the red box, but I'm willing to go as high. I mean, I don't like going this much in drawdown, but if you want to get technical, because it is such a big move to the downside, I would look for something like that. In fact, that's exactly what I have drawn up. That, my friend, is what I'm looking for. That right there. And that is a almost 9-to-1 risk to reward. That's what I'm looking for. Even if you extended this up to the golden pocket, which you shouldn't do. But let's say you did. To the top side of that golden pocket, you're still getting a 4-to-1 risk to reward. I wouldn't go into this much drawdown. I would break it up into 2 trades. If you get above that value area low, you're probably going to golden pocket. So why go into that $3,000 worth of drawdown? I would take the loss and then look to re-enter here if it was me. But, yeah, we're looking for 9-to-1 risk to reward. That's your trade. So I'm willing to enter this if we get our signals. And we're moving up to it now, guys. If we get our signals at this swing high, we take the swing high. I'm willing to enter that and go into some drawdown on this because it is a 9-to-1 risk to reward. Hope that makes sense, Caribbeans. And don't worry, brother. I'm going to let you know if I enter this trade in Discord, VIP Discord. We're moving up to it now, guys. I think we take this today. It would be a little early in the month on the 2nd to get the high, but it's possible. It's possible. And let me know in Carrie Ben's in the altcoin chat room if you're interested in the altcoin stuff, spot trading alts with us, or if you're going to do your own, or if you need help setting up your alt charts. Moving up here, guys. We might take this right now. There's the first alert. I am ready if we take this. I am ready. I say I'm ready. I was ready. There it is. Alts are moving, guys. Everything looks good today. Market looks good. The U.S. just taking back a little bit. You might even get, if you're going to get that big move up to 84, you could look for something here like an inverse head and shoulders pattern to form. Something like this. You see it already. Anybody have any questions, guys, about what we're looking for, about your altcoins? We're doing this trade. I'm taking this trade on MEXC, MEXCtrading.us. Get you a MEXC account. I'm also on KCEXtrading.com, KCEX. I'll flash the banner for you guys. There it is. If you're anywhere else, you're really missing out. Bjorn's looking good here on the 24-minute for a potential push-up. I know we're under some confirmed red Bjorn dots, but we have money flow coming up here on the 24-minute. Money flow's coming up. Bjorn volatility kicked up. Stochastic headed up. Looks good if they want to push. They need to push now, though. Dagbjords. What's up? My favorite Icelander. We have some green dots on higher term time frames too. I think 12, 16, 18 hours. Possibly get a daily. It's way too soon to tell, but it's looking like if price hangs out around here and doesn't roll over, we should get a daily green dot. So we could definitely push up in the value area low, maybe even 84K. I just don't see any possible way we get higher than that golden pocket area ish. Fill the CME gap, roll it back. All right, guys. I'm going to step out of here, but we are looking to trade today. So if you're in the VIP Discord, I know I took off yesterday. I know I didn't do any trades other than a couple of altcoin spot trades, but we're looking to trade. I'm looking to trade alts, and I'm looking to hit this big leverage short. So I would not long this. You could not pay me to long this. If we went to all-time high, it would just go without me. At this point, we'd have to recover some significant ground. Can you check H-bar? Dagbjort says, yeah, I'll check some H-bar real quick. I used to have H-bar. I used to have a couple million H-bar. Let's take a look at H-bar real quick. I mean, bad news is they're all going down. You know that, right? They're all going down. Well, let's take a look and see what we got in the meantime. Let's pull up the weekly. Actually, it's holding up a lot better than most. It's holding up a lot better than most. Significantly better than most, which is not necessarily a good thing. It means it has a lot more room to the downside. I mean, you got point of control in value area low, well below you, 50% below you. But actually, it doesn't look bad right now. You know, it's just everything's going down. This is not one I would short, guys. This is not one I would short. You're 50% from the value area low. You got your all-time lows right there. I mean, could you come below those all-time lows? Sure you could. You could. Will you? I don't know. But there are plenty of coins that you can still get 80, 90% to the downside. This is a much more bullish chart. It is bearish. It is bearish. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you have flip market structure. You're now on a downtrend. You have flip market structure. But a lot of these charts, I mean, just look at the WorldCoin chart. Look at that. Look at the difference. Straight down. Yeah, you got some pumps, but downward trajectory compared to H-bar, which has been an upwards trajectory. So you're welcome. You're welcome. I wouldn't short this, though, although it is going down with the rest of the ship. It is going down. It looks good. This would be a really good one to look at carrying into the next bull run, in my opinion. I think H-bar is going to do really well. Actually, I would look for H-bar to set new all-time highs, probably up in the dollar area for next cycle. So this would be a really good one. If you get an opportunity to pick up H-bar down here around 4 or 5 cents, value area low, I think you're going to do very, very well. And I think you're going to get that opportunity. I mean, you could see if this is nothing else, if nothing else, this is just a rotation, right? A rotation, value area rotation, right? Value area rotation. And then back to here. I mean, even if it just goes back to there, 20 cents. You pick it up at 4 cents. Still 5x your money. I mean, this is a good-looking coin, but I actually think this one will break out next time. It's too soon to tell. But it performed really well this cycle. And that's saying something because most alts did not. It set a new all-time. Most alts didn't do that. It did not set a new all-time high. I misspoke. Still, it did a lot better than most alts. Most alts retraced most of them to about the 382. This one probably hit a 618. Yeah, it rejected the 618. So that's strong, especially for this cycle. Most did not do that. Most didn't even come close. I mean, you could just look at Algorand, for example. Just look at Algo. I mean, it didn't even hit the 382. It didn't even hit the 382, guys. H-bar went to the 618. It's pretty dang good. I will look to carry some H-bar into the next cycle. Caribbeans was getting paid in Gala for a while, and it sucked the whole time. Let's take a look at Gala. Look at Bitcoin real quick. Then we're going to look at Gala. See if we're coming up on our level. Not quite. Let's take a look at Gala. Yeah, this looks like the WorldCoin chart. You are significantly below value area low. Significantly below. And I think you come lower. I think everything takes out its October 10th wick. I think everything at least takes that out. So if you were to come take that out, that's still another 50% to the downside. This looks terrible. This looks awful. I'll tell you the good thing about it, though, and this is a long shot. This is a long shot. I do believe that altcoins are going to start being traded more like Bitcoin. and less just like less of the moonshot stuff that we're used to seeing in previous cycles. And I think they're going to be traded a little more like liquidity hunts. So, you got liquidity here, here, here. That's probably it. This is a good example. That's probably all you would get out of this next cycle if I had to guess. Now, you could certainly go rip to all-time highs, but let me tell you why I think that's it. Because I don't think altcoins go to all-time highs anymore. Most. You're going to have some. Sure. Maybe your Solanas, your H-bars, things like that, XRPs, but most aren't. I think they're going to be treated like liquidity hunts. And this would be all I think you get, about 8.5, 9 cents out of this. And I'll tell you why. Because you don't have anything else. Unless you came to all-time high, which, bro, you're at like, all-time high was like 83 cents. You're at like half of 1 cent right now. That is never going to happen again. But you want to see, for liquidity spikes, you want to see higher highs and higher lows, right? Stuff like this. Okay? Then you can come swoop all of these out, right? Swoop, swoop, swoop. Well, you got some here, of course. You get into this, then you got this, and then you got this, and that's it. Yeah, you got the high, but you can count. That's over. This took out these two right here. So there's no reason to go higher than this spike right here. All of this is taken unless someone just happened to be lucky up here. And I just don't think they're going back to 83 cents from half of 1 cent. Okay? So there's no reason to go higher than this spike because all the liquidity was already taken other than whatever's left from all-time high. And if anybody shorted that from 83 cents and you're at half of 1 penny and you have not taken profit and you get liquidated, then you're dumb. I'm sorry. I am sorry. So if somebody shorted this and they're now up 99.4% and they haven't taken profit and they still have stop loss up here, then they're a moron. Okay? So there's nobody left here. There may be like one moron out there that's still holding a short from right here. Okay? And I don't mean to be offensive, but it's true and you know it. If you're up 99% and you haven't closed your trade, I don't know what's wrong with you. So there's no reason for them to come here again. None whatsoever. None. So this would be the highest I think you go, 8 cents, 9 cents. So I want you to start thinking of your altcoins when you're looking going into the next cycle like that, like liquidity. Where are they going to get liquidity? And that, my friends, is why I really like WorldCoin. I know the chart looks terrible. I know it looks terrible, but look at these highs. First of all, you went all the way up to 12 bucks. We're at 40 cents right now. You got 12 bucks, and look at the highs. High, high, high. And you got this really local one we just set last week. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. None of these are taken. None of these are taken. Had this one come and taken that and then came down, I would say that's it. That's it. This is probably all we get next time because this is already taken, and I doubt we come here. But they weren't. So I think WorldCoin has a really good opportunity to perform, and this is a giant falling wedge. If you can break out of this, I mean, maybe dance in here and then break out of this, come take these right there. Even if you don't go at all-time high, you're getting up to $5. And that's going to be from about 20 cents because you're going to take this low at October 10th. That's 25x. You do the math. 25x. I like this. Yes, it looks terrible. The chart is a bearish chart. But if you can break out of this and come grab this liquidity, you all know what a fallen wedge is. It's a bullish pattern. It is a bearish trend forming a bullish pattern. And this is on the macro. This is 3 years worth. I love it. I love it. People would look at this and hate this. I see potential. And I don't see that on every coin. I'm following Algo. Let's look at Algo. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I will take it. I will trade it because I'm familiar with it and you can make money on this, but I don't like this. And I'll tell you why. You got all-time high, $3. You actually hit it twice. You hit it over here. $3, 2 cycles in a row. This time you only came to 65 cents. Okay? So I don't think you come back here. Why? There's nobody left there. There's nobody left there. This all-time high was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, you came into a 97% drawdown. If somebody is still holding their short from 5 years ago after a 97% drawdown, they're a moron too. Okay? So these people are all closed out. There's no liquidity up there. There's no reason to come back here, none whatsoever. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for liquidity spikes, right? Higher highs, higher lows, right? Okay. You had that here, higher low. But then you came and took this. You came and took all of this. You came and took all of this. Everything relevant, you grabbed this cycle. That's what I'm talking about, right? So if you were playing this coin this past cycle, you would have known, okay, we got higher highs, higher lows here, here, here. You could look to, and that chances are this was gone because 97% drawdown, everybody's closed out. So what could you from the bottom have looked to get out of algo? If you're treating it like a Bitcoin type trade, liquidity, okay? This is probably the only liquidity that's left, right? Series of higher lows and higher highs, right? Higher highs. And that's exactly what you came and got and then moved it down. That's it. So now what do you get next time? I doubt there's going to be anything left here. Why? Because you're fixing to go into 90+% drawdown, right? And if people are still here 3 years from now in the bull run, then they're morons too. So what are you going to look to get when you come back with this? Probably this. Because this took this, that ruined that series. You're probably going to look to take this, 35, 40 cents. If you go to 4 or 5 cents, yeah, you might get 10x your money, but that's it. There's a lot better opportunities out there, like the 25x WorldCoin. I'm getting notifications. Oh, Bitcoin, did we just take it? Dang it. Did we take it, guys? Please tell me I didn't miss this. We front ran it, I think. So I encourage you, I'm telling you, go look at charts. Go look at the macro on some of these alts that have been around for 2 cycles, this current cycle and then the previous. And look at the series of higher lows, lower highs on the way down. And see if we came and took them this last time, or some of them, okay? And you'll see what I'm saying. They were treated like liquidity hunts. They hunted liquidity. And there's no more liquidity at all-time highs. Nobody's holding that trade 6 years later after a 90+% drawdown. Nobody. So now we look for the series of lower lows and lower highs on the way down this time. And we can determine what we might get out of the next cycle from each coin. So no trade for me. We did take this little high, but it's not the one I want. Remember, we talk about this in SFP training. Chances are, and not always, they front ran this. This is the inducement wick to make people think, oh gosh, they front ran this. I better short. Just kidding. And then they come and give you the 1 minute bear div there, and this is the trade we want. Okay? Now they might just roll it over here. They do that sometimes, but not very often. See if we got the divs. We don't even have divergences here. I'm on the 15-minute. There's no 15-minute divergence. Let's look at the hour. No hourly divergence. There would be hourly divergence. Well, no hourly. 24-minute. The 1 minute. You got some here on the 1 minute, but I think we come take this high, guys. I'm looking for this high. Triple drive, I'll talk about this all the time. Triple drive of 1 minute bear div is where it's at, guys. You got one. We're looking for two. You got a drive. We want another drive. Look at this. You got one right there. Price comes up, takes this SFP of that swing high. Momentum wave like this, you get another drive of bear div. That's your trade right there. But we want the reaction too, okay? We want the reaction too. This will probably come down a little lower first, something like this, and then come up there, okay? That's what we're looking for, guys. Oh, this wave is wrong. I want to take that line. The green line. So, guys, look at your altcoins, in my opinion, from that point of view. Let me set another alert there. So here's Doge. Here's Doge. I don't necessarily think Doge does that well in the next cycle. Just based upon this. Now, the thing, it rejected from the 618, which is great. The thing that Doge has going for it is the occasional Elon tweet, right? And so it's very unpredictable with regard to that. But if you look at it from a liquidity standpoint, got a lot of folks, most likely got a lot of liquidity here. Folks short from there. Do they come to all-time high? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I really don't know. But I doubt these people are still holding their short by the time we hit the bear market bottom. Assuming, let's just say it only comes to very, very low there. That's a 91% drop. I doubt anybody's going to be holding this. So why do they need to come back to 50 cents? They wouldn't. So you're going to look for, in my opinion, Doge, what does it set for higher lows and higher highs on the way down, right? And then you're going to look to take those right there. And that could be it. And if it did come to very, very low, what would that give you if you just took this high? We're just kind of playing with numbers. But you got to be able to extrapolate it in the future, guys. So if you came here and just maybe took this low, I know it's kind of hard to see. That would give you a golden pocket retracement to this high right here. A golden pocket retracement. I know it's hard to see. A lot of scribble on the chart. Golden pocket retracement. So from the high, if you came to value area low, right? From this high, if you came down to value area low, and that's where you found your low before headed back up, I just threw a fib from here to here. Golden pocket comes in right here at this high. That's going to be all the liquidity you got left because these people are going to close out. There's not going to be liquidity here. Now, Elon could certainly tweet, and you go to $2,000. Whatever, but shy of that, this is your level. It's the 618. That happens to be your last liquidity spike there. That's it. That's it. So wherever you decide to buy Doge at, just anticipate you coming to about 30, 31, 32 cents. Probably no more than 35 cents. So wherever you buy at, I would anticipate you going about 35 cents or less, give or take. And you got to start looking at your coins like this. Because for most of them, the days of 500x are over. They're going to be liquidity hunts. That's it. You're going to have a spike there. You're going to come down. You're going to have another spike there they're going to get. You're going to come down. They're going to spike there you're going to get. Right? And they're going to come get that ding, SFP, all the way up until they've gotten the last one. Because this cycle high, people are going to close out when you get down here, 90% down. They're going to close. There's going to be nothing left up there to go get. No reason to go get it. No incentive, if you will. All right, guys, I'm rambling on about these alts. I just know that some of you are going to start looking on this upcoming crash on Bitcoin to start dollar cost averaging into alts. Sit down and look at us a few alts. See where their liquidity is going to be, okay? And you know you're not going higher than this because all these higher highs and higher lows, these were taken out. These were taken out. They're gone. They're gone. That's it. So all you got left is this. These people closed out down here. This is it. That's all you got left. And these guys are going to close right here. Okay? Cycle high, bear market low. These people close. What are the highs you have left after the cycle high? Because you're not coming back there for 99.9% of coins. Look at these highs. Those are your targets. Those are your targets. Those are your targets. Hope that makes sense. All right, guys. I'm going to run. Let's take one more look at Bitcoin. Let's see if we're getting near our level. I really would like to get in this trade with you guys. It's coming back to it. Just like we called for. It's coming back to it. It's going to give you that extra drive of 1 minute. Right there, guys. Let's hang out for a minute, see if we get it. It's going to give it to you, in my opinion. It just may take it a little time. It can't make it easy, all right? Gala Games. What did you guys develop on Gala, Carrie Benz? What games? Y'all develop any cool games? 618 rejection. The Walking Dead Empire. Nice. Nice. That's a big one. 618 rejection here, guys. It's not my trade. I wouldn't front run this, guys. I think we come take the swing high. Town Star Miranda's listen. Y'all, Kerry Benz is a rock star. He works on developing these cool games. My son is a gamer. He wants to develop games. He wants to go. He said there's certain colleges. He's only 11. He said there's certain universities that have gaming scholarships, and he wants to go. He wants to be a developer one day. That or an attorney. I don't know. He said he wants to do both. I'm not sure he'd make the best attorney. Just kidding. He can do whatever he wants to do. He's just really soft-spoken. He's not very argumentative. Kerry Ben says to avoid them, study engineering. What kind of engineering? You know, I'm an engineer. I'm a Bitcoin engineer. What kind of engineering? All right, guys, I don't know if we're going to get this trade on stream, but I will certainly let you know if I enter this in Discord. If I enter this in Discord, I anticipate, I don't do drawdown, but I really anticipate allowing myself some drawdown here. I anticipate allowing myself some drawdown. Here we go. Okay. You know me, this is not normally my style, but I just like this trade. And if I had another one of these, I would close this out, and I would be something like this. Something like that. Okay. I would allow myself drawdown on both of these trades, and I don't think we get a nickel higher than this. And I would actually allow myself, I would break my own rule, which is dangerous, but I would allow myself something like this. Okay. I'm willing to go on a drawdown. There it is. Caribbean says software computer engineering. I'm going to let him know. I appreciate that. He's going to be disappointed. He probably won't be when he's older, but at 11 years old, he don't want to hear that. He wants to work on some games. All right, guys, I'm going to run. I'll be on VIP Discord if y'all need me. Let me know your altcoin questions. I'm telling you, I'm about to shift to altcoin mentality. I'm already always in Bitcoin mentality. Don't worry for those of you in Discord who think I'm going to abandon Bitcoin. I'm still going to hard and heavy trade it. I'm going to load up that other gun, that altcoin spot trade gun. We're going to be firing both guns. So, all right, guys, I love you guys. Lord has blessed us. It's a good day. I appreciate you being here. Let me know in Discord if you need anything, and I will let you know as soon as I enter this trade. So get ready for the big one. I will not most likely take profit on this quickly. I'm going to try to let this one run. So next stop, 60K, guys.